Some of the seniors, maybe they are going through certain kind of grief. So for example, there's a lady whose husband passed away and she misses him very much and she just didn't want to talk about it. So that piece of magic that she did was to talk about the husband. After the performance, she's a bit more open, a bit more confident. I think there's a lot more to be discovered about what magic can do. Not just about trying to occupy their time. They really break out of a shell. Hi, my name is Alexander. I am an iPad magician. So I perform largely with digital mediums, with the iPad or LED screens. So that is the bulk of my work. I perform at corporate events and some private parties as well. When I was doing magic, solely performing magic, I always feel like more can be done using magic to impact society. At that point of time, I just didn't know how. So I was approached by Lien Foundation to do a project where I would train seniors, teaching them how to perform magic. And that is a very important element. Because a lot of times when we think about having magic and engaging seniors, it's about doing a show for them, singing a song for them. But this time, the tables have turned. I am going to teach them magic. We got them into a 15-week course. And at the end of the course, they would perform on a theatre platform. And we packed it full house. And it was great because you realize that while watching magic is an enjoyable experience, it is more empowering when they get to stand on stage and perform. Suddenly, it breaks all barriers of like what you can do as a senior and what you cannot do. You're doing something that most people can't do, senior or not. So for them to be able to perform this on stage, it really changed their mindset. As with a lot of things, once you've done it the first time, you feel like, yes, I can take on other tasks despite being at that age. So it's a very empowering thing that I was involved in. That made me feel like I found another newfound passion using magic to empower seniors. I think no matter what age they are, I generally feel like when you watch a student do well, you feel this glowing sense of pride. It's just like watching a kid do something amazing. So yeah, it was really nice. The funny thing about the very first project that we did was during rehearsal, all of them were like following the way it was taught. But once they are on stage, their personality really shined through. They were making jokes that were not part of the rehearsal and it was amazing. If they never had the chance to do, you'll never see that side of them.
Parkinson's disease has been a bit of a nuisance because I used to have a wonderful knife-throwing act.
Like the feedback that I got, some of the seniors, maybe they are going through certain kind of grief because I used their stories. So I had a chat with them before we designed the show, and I used these stories to have them perform the magic. So for example, there's a lady whose husband passed away and she misses him very much and she just didn't want to talk about it. So that piece of magic that she did was really like to talk about the husband. And then what they discovered was after the performance, she's a bit more open and a bit more confident. I think there's a lot more to be discovered about what magic can do, but the general trend is like, hey, we are engaging the seniors meaningfully, we are challenging them adequately, and they're doing great stuff to also foster intergenerational interactions with their grandkids, showing them magic and all that. So what we know about magic as a performance or as a way to engage seniors is that it keeps them physically active through hand movement and all that. It keeps them mentally active as well. A lot of the magic tricks they have to memorize, understand how certain things work and see things from a different point of view. And it also builds social connections within the class itself. After we know like all these positive effects it has on the seniors, we are right now working with healthcare professionals to equip them with the skills, not just to perform the magic, but to be able to also teach the patients these magic tricks. These includes occupational therapists, psychologists, doctors and nurses. They can find ways of using magic to attract the patients and to change what you would think a therapy session is. So this really changes how we see healthcare treatment. It's no longer just giving medicine. It's also about engaging them, making them feel that therapy is not really therapy. So that's something that I really enjoy. So my work has brought me to a lot of places in the Middle East, and large part of the international shows that I do are based in Asia. Well, I think being a magician, a lot of people have really crazy questions they would ask. They will ask you can you make money appear off the iPad? The most interesting one recently was I was stopped in immigration. I was traveling to Malaysia and I was carrying 2 big boxes. So I explained to them these are magic props. I had to prove that I was a magician. So luckily I had my name card and I just did something to make it disappear and reappear. So they were convinced that I was a magician. Now you might not believe this, but I've been doing magic for 22 years, and even after 22 years, I will feel a sense of nervousness, especially when I'm performing on a bigger stage, because a lot of the success of the show really depends on the sound guy, the light guy, and how the audience is at that point of time. So all these things that are not within my control, they do make me feel a bit nervous. So there must be some kind of contingency.
Hey guys! guys, thank you for watching till this part of the video. Do let me know in the comment section which part you resonate with the most. And of course, please give me a like and subscribe because it means a lot for a small creator like myself. After coming back to Singapore not too long ago, Alexander actually invited me to his magic bar. Now this is one of those rare live magic bar that is in Singapore, located along Havelock Road. It is probably one of the best experience you can ever have because this is only 5-star rating magic bar in Singapore. You get to enjoy magic live in person and see it up close. They will have a professional magic act that's happening almost every single night. So if you love magic and want to support our friend Alexander, do check this place out. I will leave him with the rest of the video to tell you how does he make his show one of the finest magic act in Singapore. Now that's all from me for this video and I'll see you in the next one.
When I perform magic on iPads, I have to make sure that I program it myself. So I make sure everything runs in accordance. There are times I might miss out some lines of codes and there will be a bug and crashes. So I make sure, like, even before I start a new act, during rehearsal, I make sure everything, all possible scenarios are covered and it will not fail to that, especially when it comes to like connectivity. But you know, as best as you can, do everything a few times to make sure everything goes right. And that's how I'm growing my story on this dot.